It's not just me saying this. Every major business guru is telling you the exact same thing. Personal branding and online authority, it's no longer a nice to have, it's a need to have. Daniel Priestley has this brilliant analogy about building authority in today's market. He talks about airplanes at an airport when the fog rolls in.
There was a different time where you could just burst onto the scene, and we now have AI generated content. So if you imagine like airplanes and they're at the airport and the fog rolls in, and if you're on the ground, it's very hard to take off. But if you're already up in the air, it's very easy to stay up in the air. And it's kind of like the AI content that's coming in is that fog, right? There's just going to be thousands of AI generated content pieces just flooding onto everyone's feed. And if you don't have a really good hook, you're just not going to drown out that noise.
If you're not already established as an authority in your space, it's going to be nearly impossible to cut through that noise. But if you're already recognized as the go-to expert in your industry, you stay above it all. My partner Patrick applied this exact authority building system to create an $18 million funding operation, not through better funnels or flashier webinars, through strategic positioning that made him the only logical choice for his clients. And now we're applying that same methodology to coaches and consultants. Here's what it looks like in practice. Starting with Atwood Consulting, a financial consultant drowning in a sea of retirement advice. The vehicle doesn't matter, the VSL, the webinar, whatever. What matters is the offer that speaks directly to your ideal client's problems. Look how we repositioned him. Early retirement for affluent millennials and power couples. Not generic financial planning, but early retirement for a very specific group with very specific frustrations. We identified exactly what his audience experiences: tax drain, volatility fatigue, and advisor distrust. These aren't broad financial problems, these are specific pain points keeping affluent millennials up at night. Then we created his proprietary framework called the Triple Advantage Strategy: growth without market losses, becoming your own bank, and tax advantage income and transfers. The result, Atwood Consulting went from competing with every other financial advisor to being the early retirement authority for his exact ideal client. When affluent millennials think early retirement, they think of him first. This is what Daniel Priestley means by cutting through the fog. Clear, specific positioning that makes you immediately recognizable. Next up, we have Chris Leatherman, a top 50 UGC creator, worked with Disney, Hulu, and incredible credentials. He was about to launch a coaching program in the most oversaturated market you can imagine. Every UGC creator teaches the same thing: portfolio, pitches, rates. Chris would be another voice in a very crowded room. But here's how we made him the authority. Stop chasing brands and start landing 5K plus deals. Get direct access to the same brand network that's been paying me consistently for years. This isn't coaching, this is exclusive access to his personal brand network. And look at these specific results. We got Sarah, she landed a $3,500 campaign within 2 weeks of one introduction. Marcus went from $50 TikTok promos to $2,000 per month. We call this the Brand Network Accelerator. In an oversaturated coaching market, we made Chris the authority on something no other coach can offer: direct, warm introductions to marketing managers who already trust him. This is what happens when you leverage your unique access. Chris's network became an unfair advantage, his authority moat that no competitor can cross. Last one, we have Youtiva, an AI consultancy. If you think UGC coaching is crowded, try AI consulting. Everyone's promising efficiency and automation. Here's how we made them the authority: $17.2 million in cost savings, 90-day ROI guarantee, no AI features, just guaranteed business outcomes. Every point reinforced their authority. 74% cost reduction in their pharma client, 35,000 hours saved at EchoStar, with a 25% productivity gain. These aren't technical metrics, these are CEO level business results. Then we systematize their expertise: assess, design, and scale. A repeatable methodology that positions them as the authority on guaranteed AI ROI. But here's the key move: the 90-day guarantee. In a market where everyone makes promises, they become the authority willing to guarantee outcomes. This is exactly what my partner Patrick did in the funding space. He didn't just promise results, he became the authority who guaranteed them. $18 million in client funding later, that authority positioning speaks for itself. Notice the pattern across all three authority builds. First, we didn't improve their marketing tactics, we established their market positioning. Atwood became the early retirement expert. Chris became the brand network access provider. Youtiva became the guaranteed AI ROI partner. Second, each authority position is completely defensible. No competitor can claim Atwood's exact positioning, no other coach has Chris's specific network, and no other AI company offers Youtiva's guaranteed structure. Third, the vehicle doesn't matter. VSL, webinar, whatever. The authority positioning does the heavy lifting. Once prospects understood what made each consultant the obvious authority in their space, the sales conversations became consultations. This is what every business guru is telling you about, but they're not showing the systematic approach to actually building it. Daniel Priestley says you need to be the obvious choice when everything looks the same. The fog of AI content is only getting thicker. The question is, when potential clients think about your expertise, are you the obvious authority they think of first? If you're like most coaches and consultants, you have incredible expertise, but your position's just like everybody else in your space. The difference isn't your knowledge, it's how you establish authority around that knowledge. If you like the type of authority positioning we built for these clients and are curious about our approach for establishing your market authority, reach out and let me know. I'd be happy to share some initial thoughts about what might be possible for your business, and I'll respond personally. Thanks so much for watching. This is Gabe from Stacking Clients. I'll see you on the next one.